Hey there, Panama City Hydrographics, doing a short little checkup with you guys. Again, this is our 2003 WRX that we are trying to fit this 4.8 LS1 engine into. So thus far, we've done a full and complete rebuild on this motor, and so it's all minty fresh in there. I'm pretty excited, can't wait to start it up, but we're not there yet. I still got to get a harness and a bunch of other stuff. And since our last update, I picked up a oil pan from CX Racing. I figured since the engine mounts are designed for the BRZ that these oil pan would work the same. However, I did run into some issues. It turns out that, hang on for this truck to pass by. It turns out that although the mounting points are the same or similar to the BRZ, the depth of the engine bay and the balance of the engine seems to be different. I noticed that down here you can see that there's different mounting positions to the block that adjust where the engine sits. On the BRZ, when I look at their photos, they're all the way up here. Now, if I were to do that, as you can see, the front of this motor would be like right up in here, and I'd have no room for anything. Obviously, that's not going to work. So I tried to push it back. Well, when I tried to push it back, the oil pan has these wings on it so that it can be shallow and still hold a similar volume. Well, they hit. Again, not their fault. They designed it for an engine bay that had a different depth. Anyway, all I had to do was notch out a little portion right here, and everything went in there close to where I had mocked it up before. Same points, same everything. But we're running into other issues. Where right back here, there's a little notch where the pad for the engine mounts is. And I'll have to show you guys that later. But I'm pretty sure that's either going to have to be hammered flat or ground out. It shouldn't affect the stability or the strength of the cross member, but it's just something that's going to have to be done. I'm waiting on doing that though, because as of yet I have not sourced a transmission, so this position that I have this in may not even be where it ends up. Although I do believe it needs to go back a little bit further. I can't say for sure. So until I can sort that out, we're kind of like stuck here. Other things that we've been working on is getting rid of the rear subframe, because I'm getting a new one from the guy that does the V8 WRX front end. I don't want to run any of the WRX rear components. We're going to move towards a R200, a 350Z differential, S14 axles, and other jazz. Anyway, that's down the road as well. What we got going on in here that we're working on is I'm trying to sort out which wires and what all I need body harness wise to keep the WRX running as well as possible. You know, blinkers, wipers, you know, all of that extra jazz, but getting rid of all of the other crap that we don't need, and there's quite a bit of it that needs to go. I mean, I've pulled out quite a bit of stuff already, you know, like there's a box full of stuff somewhere around here that's all wiring and other miscellaneous junk. But as you can see, I still got quite a ways to go here. I'm pretty sure that, you know, 80 to 90% of this stuff is going to go out the door, and we're just going to keep a very few wires and relays intact so that I can get my brake lights and blinkers and that kind of jazz. Anyway, just wanted to check in, give you guys a head up. If you guys have any questions about any of this, feel free to hit us up. Build process, what kind of parts you need, you know, what cam should I get, yada yada. Just let us know. Shoot. Anyway, oh yeah, so we do plan on going turbo eventually. That's why the headers are on there backwards. It's not a rookie mistake. Just something we're looking at doing later. Anyway, I'll check back in with you guys in a few days if there are any changes. Peace.